I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Wait, are we not gonna go back? We're just gonna ignore that whole thing? Okay.
The number 9 door has closed.
That's so weird. Why give us the key then?
This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
1 second. I have to look at this flowchart. There's gotta be something I'm fucking up with. No, it's just this. This is just the path. Okay, I guess. Alright. That's so weird. You'd think that we'd go check out the stupid key. Guess the key wasn't as important as I thought it was after all. But, now we have to go put on the suits, right? That's like the next, situation. Is it gonna come up? Okay, it's coming up. Alright, I just didn't know if they're actually gonna show it or not. I wish they put our character models on it. That would make it better. But I guess, you know, be cheap where you can. But then all that's left in the mysteries I can think of is that key. I mean, what's everyone gonna do when we get out? They know that the disease is out there, right?
Yes, we should keep moving.
But Luna can't leave, can she? Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar-looking door. We pushed it open and went in. Yeah, that leads to this room right here. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, I've been here before, actually. Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside, and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figured we needed to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute.
Yeah, I know a lot about this.
You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No. That's not possible.
Did they
We've
won?
come this far. We can't turn back now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We have to go outside and see what's in store for us.
Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
Another solid statement there, Kay.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. Okay. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes waiting for the process to finish. And when it did, we could open the other door. Geez, the last time we did this, we were stuck with Dio. But at last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. We had to do that 3 more times? It's so weird. Okay. I guess they made stages kind of like scuba diving, so you don't kill yourself going from one pressure to the other. But the dead bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I had seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I could see their faces through the visor of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
I think the Nevada desert.
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is.
Oh, it's the new year, right? It's the 31st or the 1st, because that's where the red moon's there.
Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
What magazine? What was the date? Fuck. It is December
Remember the astronomy
31st.
magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was going to be on December 31st, 2028.
That's so cool. Alright, so there we go.
So,
So circle that back in.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I guess so. You guys are just out cold.
I think so.
Wherever we must have been, far away from the city. Wherever. Oh, God, okay. Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive. Much bigger, in fact, than I remember it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. What is that?
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me.
Huh, okay.
Just so I could see her. Such an idiot.
Oh, you still want to see Connie.
So, that being the case, might as well start with this.
Well, I guess now that you're out, it doesn't matter.
That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth.
Wait, are we on the moon?
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse.
It's a red Earth?
And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
And we're looking at the Earth and our shadow over it? What? No way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were
Jeez.
just inside a moon base.
What the why are we on the moon? How the hell did
No
Dio get
way.
to the moon?
No, you've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Yeah, but that could be because we're used to the gravity of the moon. Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest.
No, you're a golem, but
Excuse me?
Please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
oh, so she's slowing down. So her dropping it matched what she would think the rock falling would do. Her brain processing it, But in reality, if she was back to normal when she dropped the rock, the delay would be evident and you would know that gravity is existent.
What symptoms?
And we'd be on the moon. Okay.
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed.
Basically, it slows it down to a root of what it was before, and getting back is a long process. Okay.
Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed.
Really? Then how long were the time between stuff? Was it shorter than what it looked?
If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408.
Okay.
That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed.
Everything's half speed.
As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's.
Wow, so if our brain is 1/6 and the gravity is 1/6, we would never know that. Huh, okay.
The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds.
So if we're working on half speed, we wouldn't even notice the difference.
I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant.
Okay, I got you, Luna.
You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth.
That's kind of crazy when you think about that in perspective, but okay.
That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second.
Which is,
4.9 seconds would feel like 2.
yeah.
But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us. Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Yeah, probably.
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird. It's kind of like my body isn't really mine.
Oh, that's the delay.
I'm sort of floating. Like that?
It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparent superhuman strength quite well. Yeah, it explains why she was fucking jumping like a crazy person. Very well. I never thought about that. Huh. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful.
That was before the apocalypse. Alice?
That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
What is it?
Today is January 27th.
January, what, in 29?
No,
Don't tell me. 30?
still no.
It's like 38.
Then just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
Wait, then how the hell are they all young? I mean, it explains why Junpei's super old, but why are they super young then? No. That's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago?
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074.
Oh, wow. So you guys were the last ones to come here?
Solar eclipses are easy to predict. known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
I mean, why are you guys super young? Let's just start there.
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world.
And they all went off?
On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time.
So that probably made a nice toxic cloud over the atmosphere.
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
That's the story. That's the setting for the third game. Okay.
On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing.
Okay, what happened?
The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped.
That was Connie, Sigma, and someone else, I think, survived in the initial... in the bad path, anyway.
Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down,
And you wouldn't realize it until it's too late.
but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself.
Yeah, that's the other negative aspect of it.
Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground.
That's just insane.
Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows.
It's like a new age plague.
I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course.
How to cure Radical 6.
How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth, and that'd kill the virus off for good. On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors.
That's a very scary plan.
The truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened, but I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate "if I die, you're coming with me" gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan.
Yeah, probably not. If that was like their end-all be-all was to blow them all up, it doesn't seem very sane.
Even if it wasn't directly responsible, Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth.
So then why do we even come outside?
Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened.
Alright, thanks, Temioji.
You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years.
So then, how did you get here?
Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually, they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air.
This is just kind of depressing as a full story of what's happened.
Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Okay, so people left. People didn't all die off, but a good portion did, which I guess that explains why the third game even happens and why Sigma and Phi are so important to getting there. But I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought, I barely noticed Phi's approach.
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something out.
What'd you figure out? A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
But why would we... What's the anagram for? What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off!
Relax, relax. You'll let them know that we're whispering.
Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get the man on the moon rules the infinite time.
The man on the moon, huh?
See?
How the
You need
hell?
6 E's to get that.
Oh, so that's why they did ninth like that.
So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
Huh. Okay. The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose. To transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, but... So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time.
Oh, because we can jump? Oh, because we're on the moon. Okay.
Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours.
They want us to jump a long time back.
I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Well, 45 years isn't way back. Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send... Oh, God. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah, I'd bet on it.
So that's why they feel super old-bodied in the... That makes so much sense. So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tenmyoji was talking about.
I think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period before it, actually. So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest.
Yeah, she should.
Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think.
We gotta jump again. We gotta go downstairs.
Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tofuru ego eris.
Yeah, she's down there somewhere. The grave, the one in the garden.
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
How are we gonna get there now? What, time jump again? We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to have to go talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane?
What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you.
How do you know it's Akane?
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
Connie. That's all he needs to see.
I'm going too then. So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know how they are so young and he is so old. It doesn't make any sense. Shut up. Just shut up. Come on. If you want to, we don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can just explain everything. The only other thing I could assume is that they're all robots and they're made from, I don't know, Akane, Sigma, and what's his name? The other dude, the brother, like from their memories, and that's why they're here. And the only one who's actually human is Tenmyoji. But with that, we headed back through the airlock. But how can we send the elevator back down? Oh, I guess you just can. Okay, sure. Fuck me, why don't ya? I guess K has the access code. He could unlock everything. But then why even have us go outside? It seems so out there. Like, if I had to imagine where it'd be a logical point to do something, it's like, that is not where I'd have it. But okay, sure, I'll take it.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah, thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Are you saying because the only one that locks the top floor, once you got through, you could save everybody anyway? As a result of the fact? Like, I'm just gonna say this, just plain and simple. Then why even play the fucking game? If you betray ally, or even like betray ally, like betray ally, to keep yourself alive and points, whatever the case. Like, you could easily send one person to 9, have them take the elevator up, take the elevator back down here. Everybody just gets on anyway and leaves. What's the point of the 9 rule?
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah, in the garden. The grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move, because that context does not clear anything up, Sigma. Alright, so we're going to run to the garden, we're going to use that key, and then we're going to get, I guess, more dialogue. I mean, what else can she possibly tell us? That we're all robots? That Sigma and Phi have to go now, and then that's the end? Voila, clap it on? What? What are we missing? What could possibly not be present in what we already know? I mean...
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No. I don't think we have to do that. Or do anything like that. You see that keyhole on the grave? If I just... insert this here... I pulled the key off my ankle and fit it into the hole. I twisted it to the right and I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. Yeah, it's kind of what I imagined was just like a... Oh, she's in a treatment pod?
What is this?
Wait, what? I thought it would be like a cool secret lab. Nope, it's just a treatment pod.
It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah, we gotta open it.
Yeah, it's a treatment pod.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage
Okay,
1,
it's gotta
defrosting
defrost. We can't just rip it open.
complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
Why all this waiting?
Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Alright, well, I mean, we've been waiting for so long. I guess we can wait 10 more minutes. Right, cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called cast to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Mizakane's like an ice cube?
Sort of, right now? I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Pretty much. Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
This is a very long story segment.
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Yeah, wait, how do you remember everything?
Everything.
Oh, because of... No, but you're...
I was born and raised in this facility.
But you're not human,
It's called
right?
Rhizome 9.
Okay.
A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
So then what are you?
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So you want us to change history, huh?
Well, I mean, otherwise everyone's dead, so yeah, it's kind of worth it.
Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding.
Pretty much.
That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this.
No.
But that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose.
What, to like test our brains every single time?
Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension.
Okay, so that's why the Q room is literally just like recreations of old puzzles, but with like, I don't know, a small goal in mind?
That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation.
So this is exactly what Connie already told us. It's just you're telling everybody else now.
Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi.
Yeah, because we're the keys to the future.
But what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories.
But why? Why were they all here in the first place, in that time period? Why?
Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you.
Yeah, it's really not.
In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is...
What, unnecessary?
Yes. I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand.
Well, thank you, buddy.
First, Alice and Clover.
Yeah, let's start with the two that don't make sense.
They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course.
Were they They were the two that were frozen in the other pod. They were frozen for 45 years. That's creepy.
More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep.
Okay, that explains that.
4 months later, you arrived at this facility.
No wonder they don't they don't get to be in the next game, because they're freaking in frozen sleep in order to allow this pathway to even happen. But that means they don't get to enjoy.
The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to you guys.
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why?
That's like crazy. In like a long-term sense, that's freaking bonkers.
What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension.
That means like your brother's long dead. That's the sadder reality that's there, is that her brothers might be actually dead.
Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past.
But for being an SPer, you couldn't use it at all while you were here.
Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power.
Oh yeah, and decrease their power. The more powerful an Esper becomes, the more they drain the other Espers around them's abilities. Hence why Tenmyoji couldn't use his, why Clover couldn't use hers. Oh, okay.
You understand? And this is why we brought you here, Clover.
To serve as a catalyst.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Why her help?
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind.
Oh god, you mean the math number that we did to solve? Okay, the key. The key, she did the key numbers. Yeah, when we were locked here by ourselves.
Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence.
Yeah, everybody here does help in pushing it forward.
Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover.
Yeah, your morphogenetic ability.
You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me.
That's fucking hilarious, because they know he loves her, so he's gonna follow her to any ends of the earth.
I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh?
I mean, yeah, he does care for you, but I guess Quark was also important to some degree.
He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
Yeah, but you getting Radical 6 also gave us a more rapid response to reacting. Like, the life and death was so much more real because you were susceptible to it immediately.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
That's a perfect way to answer it, Quark.
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, it headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Yep.
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
But why was he important to all this?
He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother.
Yeah.
It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Oh.
Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released.
Correct. That's the biggest thing we had to do.
If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given 2 tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline.
Yeah, but did he... I guess... Sure, but... Isn't Brother on our side? I don't get it. I mean, I think that's right, but in and of itself, he used Dio to kind of slingshot this game with threat.
In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan.
To blow everything up, thus killing us all and allowing Phi and Sigma to jump again.
If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper. We
Yup.
can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save 2, Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves, at a later time.
Later time? What do you mean later time?
Would that be alright with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay.
As for me,
It's okay, what's up?
as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma. In another timeline.
Wait, oh yeah! The guy who talked to us in that teleporter thingy. Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. I still don't know who he is.
Stage 2 is complete.
Alright, I guess the thawing's done.
TP00 unlocking.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Yeah, whew, okay, is Connie in there? All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covering with frost, still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
Phi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Ooh, okay. And inside is... What is going on in this game? Why is there another Sigma? Suddenly, my head was filled with memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of Floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make any sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with turbocurine, and that was the end of that. But wait. If the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed.
Are you Zero Senior?
Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
Wait, now you're Connie? No. Oh my god, you're...
Yes, I am.
No wonder it was like this long explanation. Oh, that makes things so much
Akane
easier.
Kurashiki.
Cool. Hey, Connie. Welcome back.
It's you, June. I mean, Akane from... But you're old.
Well, she didn't, sit in an icebox for 45 years. She was working.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Yeah, Tenmyoji.
Kane, long time no see.
I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do not to collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
She probably just changed bodies then. Karate kick!
Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did, at least. I carried your bodies to the 3rd AB room, and then took Dio's to the 5th. After that, I went into the 1st room and borrowed Kay's armor.
Okay.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Switched.
Yes.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the 6th room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
Okay, I got you. That's freaking cool. What? No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Okay,
Him?
so him. So the K/2nd Sigma.
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
Huh.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
Oh my god, that's insane.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
Wait, what? Then who the fuck am I?
I've never seen him before.
Me either. Total stranger.
Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? Right here. Same face?
Huh?
Are you all right, Mr. Sigma?
Oh my god. Have we been lied to ourselves this entire time?
Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future from 45 years ago.
I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and threw myself onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, damn it. I struggled to take a deep breath. Then slowly, I peered into the pond, looking for my reflection. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It is weird that I'm coming back to the start menu for the closing of this episode, unlike the rest of the episodes of the series, but I decided to edit the finale as a 3-parter, so most of it continues on without real cuts or stops. But regardless of the point, I hope you guys are enjoying this finale, and I hope you liked Virtue's Last Reward as a whole. As always, I'll see you guys in whatever I make next, and it's Tofuru signing out.